So let's stay on the self-help book path, but take this into another lane, if you will. So I just drove from southern Mexico to Florida, which I love road trips. And one of the things I love about road trips is you got a lot of time. Mm-hmm. 4 full days of staring at my windshield, listening to podcasts, a lot of times just driving in silence because I like to just live my own thoughts. But one of the things that kind of came up for me was I was listening to a podcast, and all these books that we've talked about today, they're good. They're good. And if you find the right book at the right time, for me, it was The Power of Now, but the right book at the right time can have an incredible impact on the way you see the world, whatever you need in that moment, whether it's Walden or, Think and Grow Rich or whatever it is. Like, there's no question that these books can truly help one's self, thus categorizing them as self-help. But there's also a thing that exists where you read a book, it's impactful, and then you forget about it. Mm-hmm. And you don't implement whatever knowledge was in that book. And so I started thinking, okay, well, not to ask sort of an odd question, but, why? Why, if there's great wisdom in all of these books, but we read it, we get taken aback by them, and then like the next day we fall into the same habits. So where in this particular podcast I was listening, it was like, it's not about helping oneself, because we, and we're going to take this into a very Christian space. Not that I intend to, but that's just the direction this particular podcast was taking me. Because we can't do it on our own. Now, this particular podcast was, you need Jesus. This was what it was. I'm exploring all different avenues and lanes, et cetera. And I'm not there yet. Like I know a lot of people who are, and that's fine. But I'm just like, but this concept and idea that we aren't meant to do this on our own one's self. Like, self-help is an entire avenue of books that make millions and millions and millions of dollars of people who clearly are looking for help. And this podcast was like, you're looking in the wrong place.
100%.
Like, and this particular was like, follow Jesus. That's the answer. And you can overlay other, you are God, Yahweh God, I am God. Mm-hmm. Like, God lives within all of us. Like, listen to the voices that exist within your own intuition. Like, so there's other ways of doing it, but it got me thinking about, like, maybe the answer, and this is just where I have been a lot for the last few months, about surrendering to a power that's greater than me. That's where the real help, quote unquote help, is or starts or begins. And it was one of those where, dude, I'm on a fiction tear right now. For like the last 18 months, I can't get enough fiction. I'm reading so much dystopian, dark stuff. It's great.
Awesome.
It's so good.
Awesome.
It's so good. So, like, in the middle of all this, I tried to read a book, nonfiction in this category. And I was like, yeah, I just kind of want to go back and read Silo.
Yeah, right.
So maybe I'm just in a different place right now because of what I'm choosing to read before I go to bed at night. But I do think that whether we say giving it up to God, to Jesus, to Buddha, the universe, source, whatever, is that the real help lives there.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any thoughts on it, not to put you on the spot.
I mean, I do. I have very many thoughts. The first thing that always comes to mind whenever I start to think of self-help or any type of person, myself included, that falls into the category of I need help improving my life or myself somehow, that to me is the first red flag of I will never find the help or the improvements that I'm desiring because I'm looking for them. So I will never find those improvements. I'll just be in this loop of looking constantly, to which, to your point, then I will get to the place of I am perfect just the way I am. So I need to just accept all of these parts of me as where I am right now, because who I am right now is perfect, and how I will affect others throughout my life being who I am, I will never know. Maybe at the end of my life, I'll get to see how that has worked out. Probably not.
Maybe.
But I was needed to be exactly who I am, perfect in exactly the way I am, because in only that form could I touch the lives and affect those around me in the exact way that I needed to. If I was any more different or self-helped in any other way, I would not have had the impact that God intended me to have on this earth during my life, because that wasn't who he created. Right. He created me this way perfectly because he needed me to put my mark through him on whoever by me. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I fall with self-help books. So they're great. They're a great tool to becoming more aware of who you are and who you can be if you want to be somebody else. But I feel like we are enough already. If you want to be more, go for it. But you should start with the basis of you are enough. You are perfect the way you are. If you're desiring more, go for it. But start there as opposed to I am not enough. I need help. XYZ.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. And that's a theme that we've brought up on this show many, many times, that you are enough. And no matter what situation, even if you are in the throes of addiction or whatever, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because it is the holiday season.
It is.
It's a wonderful life. You know, he didn't know all the impacts he had on people. And he thought he was just like, it was about money. So
yeah.
He's going to throw himself off a bridge. And it's like, nah, dude.
You got so much more. Like, you're perfect. You're meant to be exactly who you are. And God's work will happen through you regardless. Like you said earlier, all you have to do is show up. Mm-hmm. God is going to do the rest through you. But you're perfect. You were perfect for that mission, or that whatever he wanted to do, God, the universe wanted to do through you. You're already perfect for that.
So, all right. So this is a fun thread to pull at,
right?
I love this. Our phone number again, if you want to call, if you got something going on, if you want to throw a book on the list, or you're just sitting in the ABC parking lot, we're good for it all. 1-800-771-1025. There's another thing along the same lines about that the power greater than us, God, universe, spirit, whatever. I want to touch on that next as it relates to some of, if not all of, the books that we've mentioned.